So I now have copper dog that I've added to the bottom of this painting and a buck. So there they are. And I'll add some stones in the bottom part and stuff yet. So I've darkened up the value on the snow clouds, the snow shadows, and yeah, it still doesn't look good. So I have no idea what to do to it. And James is eating oatmeal with Bavarian cream, and I'm going to review the Sandman, the complete first season, and Prodigal Son, the complete first season. And I have already, this is not the first time that I've watched the bottom of the stacked one. It's just, it's
Prodigal Son.
It's not that good. But it has, what's his name? Is it Michael Sheen? I think so.
That's it?
And, well, and Lou Diamond Phillips in it. And,
oh, it's been around for a while. Diamond doesn't look that old.
well, I think this was 2020 or something like that.
Oh my heavens.
Yeah.
Well, he's aged already.
Yeah, he's gained a bit of weight, you know. A lot of
He
people-
was maybe a little too thin already. But
well, that's true. Yeah.
So Michael Sheen, I don't know that guy. For an Irish guy, he sure is homely. But
Oh, well, I don't find it bad.
this guy,
Yeah.
he's got a beard on.
I like his hair. It's nice curly.
I guess. Well, my dad had curly hair too.
Yeah.
Well, it was kind of heavily waved or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy has lovely hair. Anyway, I noticed that in the last episode of this, the complete first season of the Sandman, it's the one, I can't remember, it has cats and stuff at the beginning. There's of that episode, there's a kind of cartoon. Well, it's animated, computer animated, really well done. And, which you would expect from something to do with Sandman comics. I'm glad that they ended it off this way.
Oh, it's related to that.
Yeah.
There you go.
And it's funny because I noticed that Michael Sheen was a part of that too. He was, but I hadn't, you know, I guess I was doing art, so maybe I didn't notice him. I think he was probably one of the cat's voices or something like that, right? Because I think I would have seen him. Yeah, but because I was looking up quite often to watch this because I was interested in it. When I was a teenager, I liked Sandman comics. I thought they were great, but I didn't have enough money, so I only had like 3 of them or something like that. I didn't have.
Oh no, it's not 3.
I didn't have very many, and I couldn't bring myself to buy the things. They were so expensive, and I mean, I was working at fast food joints to save up money to go to college, and yeah, so I didn't want to spend money on such things. And
yeah, that's when comic books started getting expensive in the 80s, like the specialty ones, not the Marvel.
well, this would have been probably the 90s.
Into
right?
the 90s, but it started in the 80s, and I can remember seeing the Sandman around. I don't think I've ever read
Maybe it was
but,
late 80s. I don't know.
No, I'm saying it started in the
Okay.
80s, and it ramped up. It got worse
Yeah,
and
well,
worse and worse, more and more expensive. I realized when it would be. It would be, sometime in the 90s, I guess.
Yeah. So anyway, but then I didn't know nearly enough about the story, and when I met Silas, then I asked him what kind of comics he liked, and I asked him if he liked Sandman, and he said the cover art's really great with that, but you know, it's really not a good comic or something. And so I stopped looking into it because he didn't like it, because I was totally in love with him, and I thought he was a genius. So if he didn't think it was great, well, I mustn't have been that smart or whatever, and to like it. But you know, it's funny, I don't remember. I remember that it was like big into the art and the dark kind of scene or whatever. But I liked stuff that I could kind of make up a lot of my own story into and whatever. You know, like at the time I liked watching Silver Surfer in the morning, and it was really atmospheric. I loved it. So
They actually made a Saturday morning cartoon out of Silver
yeah,
Surfer.
and they actually aired it because
It
there
seems
wasn't
so weird.
there wasn't much going on there. I mean, right?
It's largely him mourning the loss of
Sure.
Shalabal or whoever it was.
whatever.
Off in some far-off galaxy.
Yeah. But I think it's interesting. Like, they put this out, and they have a lot of African American people in this, which I didn't expect to
Was
see.
that in
And
the original?
almost everyone is, if they're, almost everyone's gay. I swear. Or I do find the androgynous sort of characters more interesting. But yeah, it's kind of weird that way. I'm not so much a fan of so much gayness. You know, it's like it's
There's certain
it's great
milieus
to
where
be in there. You know, but does everyone have to be gay? Anyway, whatever. It doesn't really matter to me. I still found it entertaining, and yeah, I like the fact that the Sandman, he has sort of, well, not all the time, but for the most part, he has this Robert Smith hair kind of going on, which is great.
that's him there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And because at the time, I mean, I was hugely into The Cure back then when I was looking into this too, so I loved Robert Smith.
I'm more into The Cure now than I was back then.
Yeah.
And I like listening to them on the radio. More than pretty well anything else.
So I don't
They're
know.
one of the few groups that's going to